Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can integrate Monaco Editor inside ASP.NET as well as in Blazor. We will look particularly in Blazor WebAssembly. So for you guys who don't know what Monaco is the text editor or editor portion of VS Code, well known. You may be familiar with this editor. This is Monaco Editor, and it's open source, so you can download it from this URL. I will add the link below, and you can download the entire project by clicking this download link. I have already downloaded the and extracted these files, and I have already created two projects. One is Blazor WebAssembly and one is ASP.NET MVC. So first of all, we will look how to integrate in ASP.NET MVC, and then we will look in how to do it in WebAssembly. So first of all, after extracting the zip file, copy the min folder from here, click and copy, and paste it inside the www root. Maybe create a new folder named Monaco and paste inside it. Okay, so now let's just run the application, see everything is working fine. Okay, everything is working fine. Now let's go to the views project index. I'm going to remove this portion, and I'm going to create a new element that will contain the editor. So I'm going to create a new div and name it as give it the ID. Okay, now let's go to the shared layout, and I'm going to reference the required parts from the Monaco. Okay, let's just reference the necessary files where it is required. So I'm going to create a new render section, so that we can reference the CSS file from the page. We're going to use the Monaco editor, not all over the application where we don't need. So I'm going to render. Okay, have it. Now I'm going to go to the index, and I'm going to add the CSS file inside that newly created section. Files. I'm gonna paste it here because I already I already know what the references are, but I will give this in the description below to save time. And we're gonna need the required JavaScript files. These are the required JavaScript files to actually run the Monaco editor. Now we're gonna create our we're gonna config our editor and instantiate it. So I'm gonna create a new script tag. Now let Monaco. We're gonna give some basic configuration, such as we're gonna set the language to JSON. So language to JSON, and we're gonna set the automatic layout to true, so that whenever we resize the window, the Monaco editor resizes with it. So you can get the idea of necessary customization from the documentation. The Monaco editor exposes a lot of useful APIs, so that you can customize your editor as you need. But we're going to keep it very simple for this tutorial. So now we have our options. We're going to instantiate the editor. So let editor dot editor. Now we're going to pass the container component. So I'm going to write document dot get element by id, and we're going to pass the id here we already defined, and we're going to pass the options, one of options. Okay, now let's run the application, see everything is working fine. Okay, now we can see the here is our editor, but we can barely see it. So let's just add some height to it, style to, let's say, partial pixel. Now if we refresh the application, and we can see here our editor is instantiated. We set our language to JSON. Let's see, we are getting the coloring and the folding options here automatically, and this comes with the default languages, but you can customize and add more language support. So let's just try it out. And um, and you can this editor also support formatting, so for the shortcut shift alt F, and the formatting works. So this is how you can instantiate the Monaco editor. Let's just see one more editor option, which is the minimap. Let's just turn this off because we don't need it. So here is our option, and I'm gonna say minmap, and you can see the minimap is gone. Now let's move to the Blazor part, because this is kind of tricky. Let's go to the Blazor Wasm, do the same copying and pasting. I'm gonna copy the Monaco from here, and I'm gonna paste inside the www root. Okay, now let's copy the scripts from here. We're gonna paste it inside this index.html. Make sure to add the scripts tag before this Blazor WebAssembly.js. This is important. And now we copy the configuration from here, and we're gonna set it here, and we're gonna reference the CSS file here. Okay, now this should work fine. I must let you know that there is a library called Blazor Monaco. I think you can install it from the NuGet, but you lose some control, so I prefer using it directly. So let's just fire up the Blazor app now and see is it working or not. Oh, sorry, we forgot to add the uh, container reference. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it inside the home. I'm going to remove this. Okay, now let's start the app. And we can see nothing has happened. If you go to inspect, and we can see that reference error, Monaco is not found, and whole lot of other stuffs. Okay, so let's fix those. I'm gonna remove those, and yes, we're gonna have to remove this. And okay, now let's start the app. And we can see we are getting this error, cannot read properties of null. Okay, so what's happening here is maybe I'm not sure, but I'm saying maybe uh, this is returning null. Okay, so to make sure this, let's just throw an alert. Okay, so if not this alert, error. Okay, now let's start the app and see. Okay, so you can see that this portion is executing when the page is loaded, but Blazor does not loading the actual component. So Blazor hasn't loaded the container yet. Okay, so this is returning null. How can we solve that? We can solve that. So we need to execute this line of code after the page is loaded, or the home component is loaded. Okay, so to do that, we're going to wrap this line inside a function, so that we can call from our page when the render is complete. Okay, to do that, I'm gonna hoist the variable here, and I'm gonna create a new function, ini, and I'm gonna name it initialize Monaco editor, and I'm gonna pass the editor container ID, since we don't know uh, which container element it should populate. So I'm going to pass the contain ID, and well, let's just stick to this simple, and I'm going to move this, and I'm going to say editor. Okay, now I'm going to pass the container ID here. Now let's move this portion code inside this function and see if this alert fires. Okay, now go to the home.razor and add the code portion. Now we're going to override the on after render async method. Okay, so on override after render async. Okay, so now here is a trick part. We want to render the element only after the first render. Okay, we don't want to render each time the page is loaded or something, and the page is get state changes. Okay, so we're gonna need this first render. We need to inject the IJS runtime to invoke the JavaScript method from our Blazor component. Okay, so I'm gonna inject it IJS runtime and call it JS runtime. So now we're gonna invoke JavaScript method. So if first render this runtime dot invoke is invoke void async, and I'm gonna pass the method name, which is initialize Monaco Editor, and we're gonna pass the options, which is container ID. Now let's see our now let's start the application and see if it's working or not. And we can see our editor has initialized. So that's the tricky part. You have to know the when the component is being rendered, and that differs the Monaco Editor initialization from the MVC ASP.NET MVC. You can just combine your knowledge you gathered from this video and apply to the Blazor server. I'm not gonna show it here, but this is how you can initialize Monaco Editor inside ASP.NET application, which is pretty much easy, but sometimes it's confusing. So yeah, that is today's topic. So if you guys like this video, please do subscribe and let me know how it went and how we can improve our video quality. We'll see you in next time with another topic, another confusing topic. Okay, bye. Assalamu alaikum.